Hi, and welcome to this week's Monday Live. And welcome from wherever you are in the world and whenever you is drawn to watch it, whether it's live or later this Monday or later this week or later at any other point. No matter when you feel drawn to watch this, there will be something in it for you, even though the week has passed, maybe even several months ago. It's a synchronicity of things. If you sometimes can hear something running in the background, like engines and stuff like that, that's because I have my window open, because we have a little summer in September these days. So let's get to it. We have, as you might have noticed from the picture, we have the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot today with us, and the Moonology Oracle cards. We also have a new moon later this week. I think it's around Friday or something like that. New moon in Virgo. And the Guardian Angels Messages Tarot, for instance, look like this. This is like the Ace of Water, traditionally the Ace of Cups. And in the back, they are like this. You can use them reversed. And I do sometimes when I feel called to it. But today is not one of those times. Unless, of course, one of the cards have turns without my knowledge, then I will, of course, take that message, hear that loud and clear. And then we have the Moonology cards from Jasmine Boland. And I love this extra information. There's from the astrology in it, from, for instance, like the full moon in Gemini and stuff like this. I like this extra astrology information from this deck. So let's see. We are going to begin with Moonology. 2 cards from Moonology. And as usual, if you catch me live and subscribe and would like a personal card for the week, you can write in the chat and I will get you up the general reading for the week's energies. So let's see. 2 cards from Moonology, please. Yes. First one here. And let's see. Come on, give us the second one. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. Other times it's like almost before I pick up the deck. So, yes, we have now. And we have a couple of messages about, one of the cards is exactly the same that I had in my Danish reading. So that's always interesting when it's not just local around Denmark, but more a world theme. But the first card here is about balance spirituality and practicality. Like coming to balance between, like meditation and other spiritual practices, like maybe burning incense or wearing crystals, or just being aware and going into your breath, and anything that helps you lift your vibration. It's about balancing that with everyday practical life. And it's a full moon in Pisces that brings that energy in. And I really feel that it's the words here about balancing spirituality and practicality. Balance, and we are in Virgo, so that's very much about the practical things. And it's kind of funny because the full moon in Pisces is when the sun is in Virgo, and the sun is in Virgo now. So the full moon in this month will, has it been early in the month? Or is it going to be in the end of the month? Oh, please don't hang me up on that. But anyway, this is in energy about getting the balance between your practice, your meditation, your awareness of nature, your working with crystals, or connecting to Mother Earth, or however, or your breath work, or however you do it, or whatever you do to sort of keep your spirit high, to lift your spirit, to lift your energies. This is speaking about, okay, it's all good, it's all fine, please keep doing that, but it's real important that you make sure balancing it in the practical work, that you make it work in your daily life also, so you are not, like, it was directly translated from Danish, but like, you are not sort of floating away on a sky, on a cloud, sorry, just floating away in the sky on a cloud. It's about keeping connected to the ground, keeping yourself grounded, while helping yourself, and doing your spiritual work, no matter how you do that. It's about remembering to having it in a practical sense also. And it is supported by this cardinal moon card, the energy of the cardinal moon. It's just when we have had the new moon, then a few days later, you begin to see this clear silhouettes on the sky, depending on where in the world you are. It's up here, or down, or up, or, depending on where you are in the world. And it's about, okay, now it's been blank, and now we have taken the first steps, and now we have been doing our preparations, and now it's time to step into action, to take it into action, to bring some more practicality into it. And it's saying about being bold and making the first move. So it's about taking steps, taking practical action. Yes, I will make sure you get your card. And thank you for joining. It's really much about that. And you see, this is also here, balancing between the practical and the spiritual, So if it's breath work, if it's walking nature, if it's using cards, crystals, pendulum, meditation, listening to certain kinds of music, dancing, whatever works for you, then it's really important that you make it work within the practical life, so you can be able to take those practical steps towards something different, towards something more, towards, lifting, towards feeling more joy, towards feeling that things fall more into place, taking action towards these practical things. And it's very much aligned with the sign of Virgo, because it's, it's earth sign, it's very practical. Virgo, it's about the service of being practical. The earth sign Taurus, it's basically about, enjoying life, and Capricorn, it's very much about the work in it. And, if it's a very Monday level, it's literally working, like get payment work, so what you're hired to, or self-employed, or whatever. But it's also on higher plane, it's more like you work to get your goal. Here, whatever your goal is, in Virgo, it's sort of, in a way, it's a mix, and still it's its own. It's about being practical, gather, so you prepare for the times to come, and so you have for now, and so you are able to help yourself and able to help others. So you make sure there's enough. You make sure there's enough resources, whether it's physical resources, food, or mentally or psychological resources, or emotional resources. You make sure there's enough, and you do that. If you by keeping the balance, making sure there's balance between your spiritual work and your practical life. So you sort of find ways, if you haven't already done it, then you're now really supported to make that mix. So your spiritual part and lifting and keeping your energies high and vibrations higher, that they function more in a practical way and sort of become a more daily life thing. I hope that this makes sense. And if you've been wondering about taking action towards doing something of that, or taking the next step, then you're so much supported right. Yes, please come on. Yes, it's the time is right. You're supported in it. Take steps. Take the first steps, and get on with it. Okay, that's very much of the energy. Going to take two cards from the tarot also, and then I'm going to get to you, Lila. First card here. With these big decks and 78 cards, it's like, whoa. Difficult not to drop them, especially when the cards are a little bit slippery. How can we put it? Yes, like this. Yes. We have the King of Earth and the Knight of Fire. So with the King of Earth and Knight of Fire, it's also very much you have the ability, you are so supported, you have the ability to really make things happen. So get on with it. Balancing the inner world with the out world, with the practical world, your breath work, your meditations, your walk in natures with your praise, make them work together instead of maybe being two separate parts of your life. Make them work together. And you have the knowledge of how to do it. You have the knowledge how to do it within you. And if you don't, oh no, I don't, then you are invited to find a place in nature if possible. If not possible, then go within yourself and imagine, not imagine, like create this place of nature within yourself, within your mind, and bring yourself into that state. It be forest, meadow, ocean, mountains, no matter the beach, doesn't matter, on the lake, doesn't really matter where, but it's a place where you feel, here I can connect, here I can create. And then from there, find out how to do this thing and taking the first steps, how to balancing it out, because the Knight of Fire, he wants to get things moving. The Knight of Fire is this one. He doesn't even need to be asked to be bold. He is bold. He's just, yes, let's get on with it. I can have this idea and I want to move it. I am going on. Setting it into motion, and I'm going to work it out along the way because I feel so secure. I'm so secure that I got this, and you do got this because you have the King of Earth, and you have the support here in the cardinal moon, and the not just invitation, but come on, please make sure you're balancing these things out. So to put a bit bluntly, just get on with it. And if you don't know how, you can connect, you can ground yourself in whatever way works for you and find the answers that way. Okay? It's really important and you're very much supported in balancing those two things out. Yes, Kat, you can also have a card after I have pulled for Lila. Card for the week for Lila. You haven't asked for a certain deck, so I will let the cards choose for you, and the Moonology would like to speak to you. So, Kat, you can write which deck you want card from, or if you like the cards to choose. So, Lila, and then I will pull the personal card for you for the energy for the week. But first, Lila, personal card for you for this week. Let's see. From the Moonology Oracle. Lila, this week. What energy? This one wouldn't leave my hand. Yes, okay. All this about setting things in motion and taking steps towards it and making things happen. It applies even more to you this week because you got the full moon in Aries cards. So if there's been a lot of things doing stuff going on lately, and there probably has, then now you have the time, you have the opportunity, a really good opportunity to sort of yes, you use the week's energy there is, and making things happen, making them get complete. So you feel, yes, I have reached this, I have accomplished this, and I'm closing up this chapter, I'm closing up this part, I am finishing this project, and so I can get ready to move on with the next. And it makes good sense because we have the new moon soon. So if you feel a little bit behind with something, then this week supports you in taking steps and action, especially action to get those things routed up and ended, and bound a nice little ribbon upon them, saying, yes, this is done, chick, 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 done, chick, done, chick, done. So you have you have the opportunity to really get things done, so you are ready to create space for the new moon later in the week. I hope this makes sense for you, Lila. So, Kat, I haven't heard more for you, so you are going to get, let's see what decks are you going to have. You're going to get each from one, but red, each a card from a tarot card and an oracle card, but like two for one. But I'm going to read them as one picture, so one message from two. So let's see. First one is here. That was a tarot card, Oracle for Cat. Let's see, I feel it's one of those. This one here. Yes. Let's see. What's here for you? Oh, wow. You have the wheel and the new moon in Pisces. And it's very much about the change of life, the moving along of things in a nice and good and supportive way. So if you are in any sort of situation, or if you are a place in your life where you feel this is sort of, then now's the time you're supported to, get things moving again if it's been feeling stuck, or if you feel it's moving, whoa, this is a little bit too, thank you, Lila. This is really a bit too much. Then with these two cards, they tell you this, they speak to you of how can I put it, not patience, but what's the word in English? The word eludes me right now, so I'll try to explain another way. But it's about things are happening right now in a pace that's right for you and for the situation, and with the new moon in Pisces, it's making you ready for something new to come, for something new and better. And it's inviting and asking of you to finding ways where you can go within yourself and get yourself in a sort of meditative state, prefer of course by meditation, but also, you know, by doing things, being places where you can find that ease and quiet within yourself. Because by doing so, then you are opening yourself up even more for the changes that are in motion already. Life is changed all the time, and if you feel it's too much, then by finding places and ways to get in this sort of meditative state, you will be way more able to take the changes in and feel how they can support you. If you find that things are not moving enough or the wrong direction, then the meditation will help you so they can, so you open yourself up for the energies to get flowing again. So you open yourself up to be supported in the flow of life, the energy flow of life, so you too can take in the good things and new changes. Because the wheel here, it's very much about progress and change that brings progress, change that is benign, you know. This says luck, progress, and change. So it's really much about supportive changes. So, but for it to happen in best couple of way and inviting it more in and, you know, integrating it more, you are asked to bring yourself in the meditative states on a regular basis. And it functions very well with this card for the week about the meditate, you know, the spirituality and the practical things, bringing that into balance. So I hope that helps. Yes. So let's see. I'm going to have 2 more Moonology for ending up this week. I'm actually getting that it's about some energy shifts coming in later in the week, probably closing in on the new moon or just after that. The first card here. Let's see. And the second card is one of those. Let's see which one. This one. Let's see what's coming. Yes. Okay. I guess really said because we have new moon energy and in the first of the cards, and also something about balance because it's the new moon in Libra, so it's very much about the balancing scales, you know. New cycles begin, and we are entering a new moon later this week. So feel it's very much the energy that we have the option to invite in, and that's very much around us, around this new moon later in the week. I think it's about around Friday, Saturday-ish. Not quite sure about that, but you know, in the end of the period. And it's about a new cycle beginning. And it's even saying a new romantic cycle, and maybe it is for some of you. It could be because Venus has been direct after being retrograde a while, and it's gone direct again and been direct for a few days, so that things are moving again and supported again without too much trouble. But you are also asked to keep your eyes open and to look inwards also, and your mind open to, hey, you know, we have the full moon in Leo's energy here. So it's important, especially around the end of the period, around the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday-ish, to be aware your own mindset, maybe can be this tendency to, hey, I'm right, I know who I am. And yes, you probably do. But the way, like standing like firm and this is me and I won't budge, not around the new moon in Virgo. That's an unproductive idea. That's a way to create conflict instead of the way to create change and balance and make things move. Okay, you might have this idea and you want to go there and solve it along the way. The code word here is solve along the way, solving it and grounding yourself to find the solution, balancing out. It's okay to be bold and taking new moves. We have more fiery energy here and get things done, but it's real important. If you want this, especially if it really is something romantic, yes, you can have a card and you can ask a question, but if it's a yes/no question, then I will not answer that way. So please ask in ways that's a non-no, yes/no question. I will do you after this. I'll do yours after this. So there's this energy shift that asks us to be aware, not tripping over our own minds and our own stubbornness while setting all this in motion. Because this, even though it's good for us to be bold, then I really feel, and setting things in motion, then I really feel these two cards here are the advice to turn back to, to return back to, ground yourself. You have the knowing inside you and balancing out your breath work, meditations, whatever works for you with practical life. Because when you do that, then you are less likely to fall into that sort of, how can I call it, energy trap. That's a strong word, but right now I can't think of another. So, well, yeah, I'll go with that. This energy trap of being right, being righteous, and yes, but I want it done this way, fiery and just moving along, and forgetting to ground and seek the answers and find them and balancing things out. Then it's because you have the option for meeting new people, not necessarily a romantic part. Of course, this card is speaking of that also, but it's the energy around it. It's the energy about meeting people from your heart and seeing them from your heart and being aware of not letting your stubbornness and self what's the word, self-righteousness be in the way, and go back to balancing things out and ground yourself so you can continue taking the moves and continuing enjoying this energy for the week. So, a person's other feelings towards you. It feels wrong to go in and see what are they feeling through you. I can, if you like, I can go see what's the energy between the two of you. But going to see exactly what that other person is, that's, that's sort of trespassing. So I can see what's the energy between you. I can do that. I can do that for you. And it's let's see, tarot, oracle. That's one of each card. So I'm going to mix them all together. I don't know all that I have been using. Just a moment. Let's see what's the energy between you. first card here. I'm going to find the second card. This one here. Okay. Okay. I can see why you might be in doubt and wanting to know something more, because the cards speak of that there are lots of emotions between you, and there's something, you know, new, and yeah, there's this energy of relationships and emotions and stuff. So I can see why. But I have sort of a card that speaks the opposite way, and it's the Void of Course Moon. And when the Void of Course Moon is there, then it's like whatever is now, it will not change. So it says that nothing will come of the situation, but it's really that nothing will change from where it is now. So if you have if there are something between you already, then it will not evolve. It probably will not evolve further at the moment anyway. And if it's just, you know, curiosity, then it will probably stay as curiosity. If there are true feelings already, then it will stay as true feelings, and it will show itself in probably in the near future, like in a couple of days, in which direction. That's the best I can do. So whatever is will probably not. So if there's if just curiosity, then it will stay as curiosity. If there are more deep feelings, that like a starting relationship, which it can be, then it will show itself in not so long time, and then it will not move away from that in a nice period of time. But it's difficult for me to see if it's one or the other. But time will show within. I sense that it's, yeah, I really sense that it's in maybe already in 2 or 3 days. You will know more whether it's one or the other, and then you will be able to find more peace within yourself, probably, hopefully, for what you wish, hopefully. But it's this Void of Course Moon, it's energy, it is what it is, and it's too soon to see if there's more than this curiosity and innocence about it, or if it's the true feelings. It's too soon to say, but it will show in probably very few days. Then you will know more, and there's a chance that it is a bit more because of this, but there's also a chance that it will not be more than this curiosity, because the text is also nothing will come of this situation, and it can be both. I will have to, you know, have the permission sort of from the other person to see which one it is. Okay, so I hope the best for you, and then I'm going to say thank you all for participating, and wishing you a lovely day and a wonderful week, and yes, take care, and balance. Remember to balancing things out and make things work, and not letting the stubbornness get in the way if you feel that is getting a bit, you know, clear and too much in near the end of the week. Then, okay, remember to balance things out and ground yourself to find a solution to make things continue moving in the wish direction. So bye for now, and take care. See you next week. Bye.